Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to be going over the Unit 1 activity. It's the first activity. I know there's two activities in this unit. It's the first one. It has to do with reflections. So I'm going to be using the document camera here, and what I need you to have is just have a sheet of paper and have a straight edge. Something like a ruler. Here I'm using a protractor, but I'm just going to be using the straight edge here. But you're going to need a blank piece of white paper. Try not to get something with lines on it or graph paper. Don't do that. Just regular white paper or tracing paper also works. Okay, so I'm going to show you step by step on what we need to do. And so you can follow along. I'm going to share my screen here. And we can follow along here. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to fold this piece of paper in half. So what we're going to do is we want to fold it this way, okay? So this would be like hot dog style, I guess, the long ways here. So try to fold it in half as best you can, okay? Make sure that crease is nice, like that, okay? And then you can unfold it. All right, now, what we're going to do is on one side of this, and I'm just going to go ahead and do on the left side here. We're going to put 3 points, and you can make the 3 points any way that you want, but try not to make them where they're lined up horizontally. So don't put 3 points that are lined up horizontally. Don't put any points that are lined up horizontally. Ideally, you want 3 points kind of just placed randomly. And let's do and here. Okay, so I've got 3 points just like that. And I want you to draw the 3 points on one side of the paper. So notice all 3 of my points are on, in my case, the left side of the crease. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to label these points A, B, and C. It doesn't matter which one's A, which one's B, which one's C. And it doesn't matter if your points look like my points. Just try not to line them up where they're lined up horizontally. Okay. Now from here, what we're going to do is connect these 3 points and form a triangle. Okay. So we should have triangle ABC once you've connected the 3 points. I've got a weird smudge here. Nah, whatever. Okay. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now what we're going to do is I want you to fold the paper, and you may be able to see this on the camera, maybe not, but I can definitely see it, and hopefully you'll be able to see on your own paper, but I could see through my paper a little bit, and I could see where those 3 points were originally. So once it's folded, I'm going to go ahead and put where those 3 points are. I can see through my paper here, and I'm going to put those 3 points back to there, okay? And they should show up even on this side of the paper, right? And I can just darken them up a bit, like that, okay? Now, you could see that basically this is a reflection over here. So notice that B was right here. This is the reflection of that point. So this is what we'd call B prime. So it's B with a little apostrophe, and we call that B prime. Okay. Now this one is where A is the reflection of A, so this is going to be A prime. This one's a reflection of C, so this one will be C prime. Okay. Generally, the pre-image has the regular letters, so the shape that we started with has regular letters. Then the transformed shape is called the image. So what we're going to do is connect these points together and create the image here. Okay. So what we should have, there are 2 triangles that are a reflection across that line that we originally had, the reflection line. Okay, just like that. So notice I've got 2 triangles. They're congruent to each other, meaning they're the exact same size, exact same shape. And they're a reflection across this middle line that we made originally. Okay, so now what I want you to do. So what we're going to do now is I want you to connect B to B prime, connect A to A prime, and C to C prime, and use a straight edge here. So I'm going to connect B to B prime, A to A prime, and C to C prime. Just like that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to measure some distances. So there, you could see that when B and B prime are connected, there's a middle here along the reflection, all the way down like that. What I'm going to measure is I'm going to measure the distance from B to the reflection line. So the distance from B to this reflection line, and I'm going to go ahead and measure that in centimeters. So in my case, that distance is 1, or sorry, I should do this in centimeters here. Looks like 1.9 centimeters. Well, that's not right. 2.9 centimeters. Okay, so that's the distance from B to this midpoint right here, okay, to where the reflection line is. Okay, do the same from B prime to that same point. So you can see there, okay, also 2.9 centimeters. Okay, I want you to find that find the distance from A to that point here. So this distance you'll find there and write it. Same with A prime to here, C to the here, and C prime to there. Okay, so all in all, you'll have a total of 6 distances that you're going to write. From B to the reflection, from B prime to the reflection, A to the reflection, A prime to the reflection, C to the reflection, C prime to the reflection line. Okay, so each of those points of the 2 triangles to the reflection line. Okay, and write those distances on here. So hopefully you'll be able to see, notice this is 2.9 on both here, right? I measured this first one. Hopefully you'll be able to see that the distance from the pre-image to the reflection line is the same as the distance from the image to the reflection line. So I want you to go ahead and write that here. So the distance of the distance from the pre-image to the reflection line is the same as the distance from the image to the reflection line. Okay, you might not be able to read that. It's kind of hard to see, but that's what I basically want you to write. So the distance from the pre-image to the reflection line is the same as the distance from the image to the reflection line. So from the original to the reflection line is the same as the new one to the reflection line. And that goes for any reflection. That whenever you reflect a shape or a point across the reflection line, the distance from the image to the reflection line is the same as the pre-image to the reflection line. Okay. Now there's one more thing we want to look at that's interesting here. So I want to look at the line. Basically, I'm going to draw the reflection line. Just draw it in a little bit. I don't want to draw it too dark, but maybe I'll draw it in lightly. Okay. But I want to look at this angle here. This angle here. This angle here. This angle here. Okay, so notice the angle that's formed between the reflection line and the line connecting the image and pre-image. Notice I put a little box here. Generally, that means it's a right angle. So the angle that's formed between this line here and the reflection line always forms a right angle. So the reflection line is always perpendicular to the line connecting the image and the pre-image. Okay? So we're going to write that too. The line that connects the pre-image to the corresponding point on the image is perpendicular to the reflection line. Okay, and that's basically it. So that covers that entire activity. I hope that that made sense. And what I want you to do is just take that piece of paper, okay, and fold it up just like that and put it into your packet. Okay, so it'll be in your packet in that exact same spot where the assignment is, which is on page 17 and 18. You can go ahead and put this piece of paper, fold it up, put it right in there. Okay, and if you use a regular piece of paper like I did or a tracing paper, that's fine, either way. All right, I hope that made sense, and I'll see you guys next time with the next activity.